Hi, darlings. It's Gwen here. I have kind of an impromptu reading today, trusting my intuition and doing a collective reading. Have a little story to tell about as to why I'm doing this reading right now, too. Hoping that it will resonate with so many people out there today. So, many of you who have been following me know that I use the Wizard's Companion Tarot quite a bit. I call it my right hand, or it's the one deck that I tune into when I really need some solid advice for somebody or myself. Okay, it's my companion, truly, meaning I've built a relationship with it, a open channel of communication where I really trust my connection with this deck. Okay. And so, well, hello, Orby. You're going to be superstar today. There's the male house cat wants to come into the reading today already. I love that. Hello, Orby. Are you going to come over? Nope, he just wants to be on the table. Okay. He don't like the incense I have burning. I have sandalwood incense burning too. So, sandalwood helps us in meditation and to connect with our God self. So, burn some sandalwood. Anyways, this deck. I love this deck. And it's been with me through my travels. And while I've been on this spiritual path, knowing that I'm an oracle, a seer, or whatever you want to label me. Okay. So I love this deck. And when things happen to it, like something special of ours, like as a witch, okay, my crystal, say you lose a crystal, right? Well, I've always taught that, when you lose a crystal, it's done its job. The new crystals are going to come into your life that you need. And that always happens with me. Or if a crystal gets a chip or a mark, it's protected you, kind of a thing. Well, along my travels over this past year, some of my decks were lost. And some new ones have come into my life. But as I lose them, new ones come in. Okay? If we could only look at money like this as well, as in a form of energy, okay? Because it's all energy. Back to my deck. So I've been using this deck here with these readings, and staying here in Michigan. And I have this deck out on an altar, that's a very large altar, and it sits next to a humidifier. Very dry weather here, dry, cold weather. So we run a humidifier at the place where I'm staying. And we lost power one night with the winter storms. And so something went haywire with the humidifier and the power being out for so long. And I was having a day of sitting in the cold and the dark and not having warmth, not having the power, not having my coffee, and I was like, Spirit, I really could use a fucking card. And so I pick up my deck and half of it wet, soaked. And I was like, no! I was like, really freaked out. I really did. I was just like, oh man, I really wasn't ready to give that one up yet, but okay. I mean, after I had my little bit, allow my emotions to come out about it. It's like, okay, I do have new tarot decks. I do have the Muse Tarot, and I'm evolving. I'm going to accept this. I feel this other way about it, and so then comes this particular part of me, this perfectionist part of me that I was like, well, I can save this. Or this warrior in me or whatever. It's just like, I'm going to save this deck. This is my favorite deck. And I'm just going to lay all the cards out that are soaked and lay them out beautifully and give them love and, let them air dry. And if I'm supposed to continue to use the deck, then all the cards will be great. And, so I let them air dry overnight and then realized that some of the cards have been stuck together. And so therefore I've got to flip them upside down and shuffle them. Bear with me, y'all, because there's so much meaning in this. I got to flip them upside down and shuffle them the opposite way. And they're they just don't feel good. They feel stiff and worn, like crinkle, and and I'm just like, oh, will this deck ever be the same? So even if it isn't, like, that's the thing, like, it's a new deck because now it's got, like, to me that was like, oh, my deck needed a bath, a spiritual cleansing. This has been a highly emotional year. Absolutely, especially since eclipse season, and this year is done, and we're heading into 2023 with the number frequency of 7, and 7 is about our evolution as a collective, as a human being, okay? And so I'm like, what cards were the ones that got all really, like, you could see the wear on them now. You could see that they've been bent, saturated, they're crinkly, the art a bit, some have missing pieces on them now, like the color isn't there. I was noticing that. And so what I've done here, and that's going to be the reading today, is that, like, that was an intuitive message for myself. And I am you, you are me. It's for somebody else's heart out there too. The cards that went through this battle, this huge storm, or lost all their power possibly in a situation. Power was lost, right? And then the emotions and the soaking, as all I called it, was a soaking. So heavy releases, yeah. And so, like, I'm going to lay out the cards that really went through it, and that's these. And so they have a little bit of a flex, like a wave in them almost now, showing a flexibility in a situation. And the new you is more flexible, allowing life, the life that you've manifested to come to you, not controlling, manipulating, not being so stiff and rigid. By the way, the most stiff and rigid card that went through the most was the fucking High Priestess. Yes. We've got to learn to trust our own intuition. And that's why I'm doing this reading today too, because it was like, this is a reading for everybody, not just me. That these cards, pay attention. Your guides are with you. Your guardian angel's with you. Your angels are with you right now. And you can talk to them, and they're always trying to communicate with you. Okay? You are a divine being having a human experience. Right, my loves? Okay, so let's get my glassed on. Glassed. I'm getting a tongue-tied a little bit here. Okay. Let me have a sip of coffee. But I'm super charged up and pumped up about this reading today. Like, it was amazing to me, the cards that came. It was like, well, yeah, it's kind of what I've been through over this past year. And many of you may feel the same way. So thank you for the support on the channel. I love you guys. I'll be continuing again next year to run the channel and provide you with more readings. And, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Sharing my creativity here as well. My intuitive creativity. My visionary creativity. If you need a personal private reading, reach out to me. I've got the Four of Wands that got us soaking. So these are like marriages. Divine connections. Celebrations. It went through it. Okay? The Ten of Pentacles. Home foundations. Unstable home foundations. Knowing your worth, new beginnings, moving, relocation. Ten of Pentacles is also family. Yeah, that's like a home tree right there. Family roots at question, sacred divine connections. This taking a look at yourself in the mirror. Four of Wands. The balance of the feminine and the masculine. Okay. Here's one of the cards that lost some of its color on the edges as well. And that's this Nine of Wands. Of course it did. My wounded warrior is out there. Okay. See right here on the edge, you can see the tatter. Okay. So we've had to learn how to set proper boundaries this year. That's what that's about. Your ancestors are standing here helping you. Something about Chiron and Venus today too. So that makes sense. Those wounded warrior coming out here. Healing from our past traumas, standing firm now, being able to set healthy boundaries with our voice. No is no, not even have to come up with a reason for it. No. I know what energy feels good to me. I'm on my path. I'm passionate about this. I'm going to live my truth. My ancestors picked me. I'm healing. I'm growing. I'm standing my fucking ground. That's that. 9 of Wands. Even though I'm a little rough around the edges, I'm authentic. 9s. I'm okay where I'm at. Sometimes I got to be a little bit defensive. Page of Swords. So we've been learning about our words and how our words are actually, our thoughts and our words are creating our reality. Page is a young energy, adolescent energy, learning how to wield their sword. Sometimes they can gossip. Sometimes they could talk shit about them themselves and block themselves. They're learning. Okay? Our words are powerful tools of creation. The page is learning that. Page of Swords. Okay. Also the Page of Wands. Page of Wands went through it too. Through the soaking. Yeah, he's really wavy. This page. This is about, being able to balance and not burn yourself out, by the way, with your own passions. Because this page is definitely learning that. How to wield their passion. How to wield their wand. Okay. So I see it between the heart and the mind here. A battle between the heart and the mind. In making decisions. This Page of Wands rushes into things. There's no forethought. This Page of Wands can have temper tantrums. So there's been a lot of happening to our emotional body this year, okay? Coming into a balance. We've got the Queen of Wands who went through it. See, I see the growth. The Page of Swords, the Page of Wands. These are also messages. Messages that could have been delayed. Messages still coming that wanted to come out, to be seen here, okay? A lot of movement in this Page of Swords. Fast. Things happening super fast, especially with the Page of Wands behind that. Here's the Queen of Wands. This is the witch in the deck. She's been through it. She went through the soaking. The emotional release. She holds the sunflower of new beginnings, darling. And the set of, it's either hawk or falcon crown, and that's about vision. Okay? Knowing her purpose, knowing her vision, knowing what she's passionate about. And that's about new beginnings, darling. Power of creation. Creative avenues. Creative adventures. Entrepreneurs out there. Being highly magnetic and attractive. Yes. Because now you're using your heart-centered mind with that one. Because there's been some sort of balance. See the feminine and the masculine here? Okay. Here's the High Priestess. Who, like I said, was so very, I could tell there were 2 cards. She just felt really thick. But also really stiff. These are awful words that I'm using right now, but that's the way it felt. Y'all, when I look at her artwork now, I mean, she's been through it, this High Priestess. But she sits right next to this Queen of Wands, and the High Priestess is about flow and trusting in divine timing, So she needed to loosen up a little bit and trust her gut and trust her intuition and allow for divine timing to happen. And you know what was stuck to her? When I shuffled them upside down, which is totally telling me, the collective, it's like a shift, a pole change even. The masculine and the feminine within us, taking a fresh perspective on that. It's the flip of why I had to reverse the shuffle, reverse the flow. I don't know. There's huge symbolic messages that were downloaded into my head as I just looked at these cards and what they've been through, just in this one power loss, power struggle, power the acceptance of it. Okay. And then also that little underdog energy of that comes out in me sometimes is just I ain't giving up on this goddamn deck. They've been through it. I've been through it. I ain't giving up on me. The devil was stuck to that High Priestess. Yes. And that's what we're releasing. We're letting it go. The old versions of us who were stuck in a limited mindset and a victim mindset, okay? In abusive, toxic cycles and patterns of being stiff and rigid and thinking that the universe is out to get us or, punish us or whatever, and God, source, creation, the universe, it is a loving universe. We are love, okay? And so, yeah, the devil's been through it too. Because he was stuck, right? Yeah, they were stuck together here. So major arcana is out in this reading, for sure. So, and then I had the Seven of Cups, which is, that dreamy-like state, that fantasy versus reality, reevaluating what you emotionally want, okay? The facade, the dream world, made sense that it was out, for what we've been through. Like the veil has been lifted this past year. It's a time for us to live in our sovereignty. And another 7. See, they're giving us multiple 7s that came out here. The 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay. You've invested wisely. This is what that card always said to me. Reevaluating your worth in situations is the Pentacles. Finances evolving, emotions evolving, because our creation center is our emotions, okay? 2, we're creating with our emotions. So we've got a brand new perspective coming out for next year. The Power Sword, the Sword of Truth, the Ace of Swords, speaking and living your truth. A new perspective about happiness, the 10 of Cups, okay? So 10 of Pentacles, best 2 cards in my deck. I love these 2 cards, and when they come out together, it's like angels with you. 10, motherfuckers. 10. It's the time to release the indecisiveness. Make a decision. 2 of Wands. Okay? Gus one's super wavy too. 2 of Wands. There's 2 boats outside that window. He's stuck in indecision. Okay? Maybe there's so many choices. Don't know what the right choice is. Where do you feel most valued? And it's the time to master your craft. 8 of Pentacles. Okay. Know your worth. 8s are about harmony. So I've got 7, 8 of Pentacles. That shows me progression in your journey. And the 5 of Cups. I think these 2 were stuck together. Yeah. The 5 of Cups is the worst one in my whole deck here. Yeah. And it speaks to a lot, okay? 6 of Pentacles with that. These 2 are stuck together. 6 of Pentacles is about teacher-student roles in relationships, reciprocal energy in relationships, a balance coming into a relationship. 6 of Pentacles, knowing your worth. Okay, giving is receiving. That's this energy. Stuck here, though. When I say the cards are stuck, maybe that's where the stuckness energy is that you're feeling if you feel stuck at this time. Okay? So what does the 5 of Cups tell us? The 5 of Cups is showing a woman who is focused on what is lost, on the sadness, on the disappointment, on the trauma. Okay? Even though there are blessings falling down all over her, the little beautiful petals, and right behind her, 2 golden cups of wisdom in the tree. Okay? So it's time to get unstuck. We allow our emotions to be released, but we don't stay focused on what is lost. Every day is a new day. We pour more gratitude into what was lost was not yours. Was not meant for you. Everything you want, you can have. Everything that whatever your heart's desire, it's going to be magnetically attracted to you. So it's so important to be authentic and not judge our emotions either. This is a 5 of Cups. This is being in a prolonged depression, a stuck depressive state. And how we get out of that is how can we give? That's what I'm doing. I didn't have... God, I hate the holidays for a reason, because we live in these matrix programs of that stress and that hustle and rush and that of getting the best gift and the comparison and the shopping and all that. It's just madness. for a few minutes, and so I like to give gifts from the heart, and the kids gifts of kindness and thoughtfulness, and I normally will make things and send them to my tribe, but even this, it's been so tight for me this year that it's like I can't afford the shipping. So guys, what can I give so that I can, like I always want to be able to give. I'm a giver. So, my sisters and my brothers they're going to get free readings from me just like this, personal ones, because I can always give. I can always give of my advice, my ear, if somebody needs me to listen. There's give of your time, give of, that's what we're learning. Okay? The Six of Pentacles. But I also feel like we're releasing a victim or a limited mindset. We are sovereign divine beings. We are worthy. Abundance runs to us and through us. Okay? Don't let the abundance stop with you. I always remind people of that. Somebody was kind to you. Now you continue it forward. Right? Right? I always try to do that. So, that's where I'm going to leave it today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. There are 16 cards here that I showed you, which is a number frequency of a 7. So I hope somebody got some beautiful messages out of this today. I just wanted to share a little bit of a story, a little bit of my life experience, how everything in my life is a fucking deeper meaning. And that's because of who I am. Scorpio moon, fucking Pisces rising. Fuck yes. I almost put my finger in that candle. I love you guys. Thank you for the good karma donations. Remember to reach out to me if you need your own personal private reading. And I fucking love you. See you soon.